Hey, Nikki Brown here. No matter where you are, what part of the world you're in, I hope that you're having a good day. So I needed some popcorn for all this tea I'm about to spill. So let's get back to the passport boys and talk about one of the main reasons they probably operate the way that they do, right? It's because they know, drum roll please, daggone well, American women are not going to put up with their foolishness, their Tom Foolery, and all the shenanigans that they have going on. A lot of them want to be able to do whatever they want to do and not be held accountable and responsible for their actions. Some of them still want to be babied. I saw one guy in a video, he had the woman cutting up his meat and putting it on top of his rice for him. So he still needs a warm bottle and a pamper and wants to sit in a high chair while mommy feeds him. They claim that a lot of the women in foreign countries are dime pieces. But a lot of American women are 50-cent pieces and Susan B. Anthony dollars. Why y'all playing? For real. Again, as I said in the other video, there are some very attractive American women. So I'm not falling for the excuse that you have to go overseas to find an attractive woman. Right? I'm not going to accept that you have to go overseas to find a submissive woman, because just as I'm doing this video, which is probably going to make some people mad, piss some people off, including some of those women who are submissive and will cut up their man's meat. And I have done that before, right? In a relationship, I've done that, fed my man, all those different things. However, there are some women who won't do that, right? And there's nothing wrong with it either way, because there are some men who are like, I'm grown, I don't want no woman cutting up my meat, in the same breath, right? But I know there's going to be some woman that says, oh, that's what's wrong with you women, blah blah blah, you're supposed to do this for your man, and you're supposed to do that for your man and make him feel like a king. And I get it. And everybody has their different ways of doing that or not doing that, depending on the situation, because again, some men don't even want that. Everybody's situation is different. Everybody wants something different from a relationship or a partnership. Some people are out here grinding and hustling and they're going out to eat and they're just fine with that. It's power couples out here, making six figures and millionaires. And again, they're not worried about who cutting up the meat and feeding it to somebody. They're not even on it like that. That's the last thing on their mind. And then you have some people who do want to live a more simple life. And, that may be something that they have time for. And they're here for it. And that's fine too. But, this is not about knocking or judging somebody based on the way that they choose to live their lives. But again, with these passport bros, it just screams insecurities and low self-esteem. That you will say that in order for you to get a good woman, you have to go out of the country. And to naively think that just because this woman is cooking, I said this in a previous video, the philosophy for some women is I have to eat anyway. I'm going to cook, so I'm a cook and you can have some of it, because that's what I do. I share. It doesn't matter. If I have food, I'm going to share it with you, right? Especially if you're cooking it. If you're buying it, why would I not go to the grocery store with your money and buy the food and cook it, because I get to eat too? I might even save a plate for my mother and have them come over and get it, because I know you're probably going to be out going for a few hours running the street, right? Spending up all your money. right? Someone in the comments told me I was delusional and I can't remember the other word that was used, but anyway, you know, I said how. And I in the description box I put a video of a woman who said exactly what I'm suggesting. Now she didn't want to be seen on camera because when you show up in Brazil, she don't want you to know it's her. And that she about to get you for all that she can. Right? And then, like, say for example, some of the women in Thailand, you know, I'm just using that country just because, right? They could be using that money to build up their village, to start a business, and within 10 years, they might be making more money than he is, and they won't need him anymore. For all we know, that's where some of the money comes from for the nail salons and the massage parlors. And I'm not trying to be funny. Because their dollar is worth less, they can save up those $20, $30, $40 you giving her to do something that she would do anyway, right? $40 is a lot of money in some of these countries. And they can flip it all kinds of ways because it's in excess, right? So if you have a passport boy, right, and he giving her $200-$300, plus he buying the food, he paying for the, you know, the luxury condo or you know, apartment flat, $500 a month, you know, he's spending $1,000 a month on expenses and giving her a portion of that money plus buying food. She gets to do whatever she wants to do with her money. She caking. She might, you know, be one of the yacht owners within the next 10 years. Her daddy don't have to go fishing for the family to feed everybody anymore because they chilling off your money or his money if you're not a passport boy. And so to say that what I'm saying is unrealistic doesn't make sense because... But the other funny thing is, if this was in America, if this same guy was dating an American woman and she did the same thing, he would consider her a gold digger. Now, he might really think she likes him because, again, I say this all the time. Women are better manipulators than men. Women are better at playing the game than men are because women know that men are simple. All she got to do is feed them and rub them like a puppy. And again, I'm not trying to be funny. It doesn't take much. So some women take that it doesn't take much attitude and get men for whatever they can. Especially if you haven't taken your time to get to know this woman. You don't know what she's really like. You're just happy that she's catering to you and treating you like, you know, sunning you. Like, oh, yeah, let me cut up his meat and make sure I bring him his plate. And again, I do those things in relationships, or I have done those things in relationships, right? So this is not me knocking anyone who caters to their man or is nurturing in a relationship. This is not what that's about. Passport bros, it's modern day. It's like a brothel. It's like your own personal brothel, right? You paying for the place to stay, and you get a happy ending and fringe benefits. You don't know if she really likes you. You can convince yourself of that. That tea was kind of hot, but I took it's warm. It started out kind of hot though. Some men are out here assuming that because, again, she does the cooking and the cleaning and she's willing to bring him a plate and give him some, that means she really likes him. Let me sit back and watch this show. It's some good tea. Honey boo boo. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I don't know if you are. Or if somebody else is going to come on here and say I'm being delusional. Hello. I mean, you know, I know that we all like to want to think that somebody likes us. But even a man can pretend for a long time. So again, if women are better at playing a game, of course a woman can pretend for a long time to get what she wants. Especially someone who lives in a third world country. And this is not knocking those women. Because I know that some of them are very intelligent. That's how they're able to get over on these men who call themselves passport bros. They are smarter than the average bear, honey. And again, they know that men are very simple and they know exactly what to do in order to get him to really submit to her and bow down to her. She's getting more out of it than he is, and he doesn't even realize it. I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at y'all. But really, you go to a country, you meet a woman, and she cook and clean for you, and you just think, oh, I just look so good that she was willing to do all of this for me. If that ain't some egotistical, narcissistic, psychopath, sociopath, I can't. Like, for real, for real. What's really good? What are y'all doing? And how insulting to say that you can't find an American woman, one that you really like and who really likes you. But I guess you do feel that way if your self-esteem is low and you lack confidence. Because again, there's Susan B. Anthony's and 50% pieces, never mind a dime. Okay, you feel like, you know, the women in Thailand are dimes. Okay. Well, American women are 50-cent pieces in dollars. Susan B. Anthony dollars. Okay? Not 50 cents. But like I said in the beginning, a lot of these men know that American women will not put up with their foolishness, and they go to women who will put up with their foolishness because they're not ready to be mature and in a committed relationship and responsible and accountable for their actions. And that's just my 2 cents. And I know that, again, like I said, it's probably going to cause some controversy and people aren't going to like what I said. And I get it. Someone else may even say that what I'm saying is delusional, and that's fine too. But I know for a fact, and I can even link the video with the young lady or the sister from Brazil, because I'm going to consider her my sister, right? I could link that video in the description box here under this video, because she said, she even went so far as to say, why would a woman have respect for a man who talks down on the women from his own nation? They don't do stuff like that. So if he doesn't respect me, if he doesn't respect them, why in the world would he respect me? She said that out of her mouth. Please take the time to watch that video before you come for me, because I'm not sending for you. I'm just putting out the facts, boo. Because y'all know daggone well, or dag blasted well, right? That again, American women would not put up with your bull. And that's just the bottom line. And you just want to be all willy-nilly out in these streets. You for the streets. And you know they're not going to say nothing because they need you. And you want to be needed. because you still need a warm pamper and a bottle. A warm bottle and a pamper. I'm out. I hope that this was helpful later.